This NFL mailbag is presented by Manscaped. Look how happy Tom is. You know why? He uses the Lawnmower 3.0, and you should too. You can get it at manscaped.com/chat, 20% off, and you can get free shipping. All right, Tom, we're telling people, hey, use hashtag NFL. Super Chat, that's how you get on these bad boys when we go live every single Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. This first one is coming in from PS4 Virtuality, the new frontier. Look at me. I know gaming. Is Alex Smith a lock for the comeback player of the year after taking down Big Ben?
Yep.
So here's
you finally on board, Mitch?
After beating Big Ben, I have to say yes.
He locked that award up the second he walked on the football field.
I disagree with that take.
He locked it up. It was over.
I disagree with that take.
It was over.
But you just beat Big Ben, who I had as comeback player of the year. So yes, Alex Smith, congratulations. You're the winner. Let's go to Zach Taylor here next up on the show. As I whistle, what coaches besides Gase do you think will be fired? Will there be any surprises like maybe McCarthy?
I would be fairly surprised if McCarthy got fired unless the Cowboys lose out.
Anthony Lynn, I think he's a goner.
I think Anthony Lynn's out. I mean, he's already taken over like 3 different jobs. That's a clear sign that, okay, he's not going to come back.
Nagy?
Obviously, Gase is out. I don't see how you can bring back Matt Nagy or Ryan Pace, specifically Pace. But Nagy's probably gone too.
Pace is a GM.
Doug Marrone is out. He's not going to come back in Jacksonville.
Okay.
I think the surprise option could end up being Vic Fangio. Yeah. I would not fire him because
I wouldn't either. If he does get fired, there's going to be a lot of teams after him, especially as a DC.
They haven't had a steady quarterback option. Like they've always had some type of injury there. So those are the ones that make sense to me in terms of potential firings.
Yep.
I don't know there's going to be a true stunner. Zach Taylor, Cincinnati.
Really?
People might try and argue, the Joe Burrow injury is going to save his job.
I mean, they were pretty bad with him. Though.
I think that the lack of the offensive ineptitude being shown without Joe Burrow should actually reveal that Zach Taylor is not a good head coach. And they got culture issues too.
Aiden, get a picture. Who gets the 1 seed in the AFC? So right now the 1 seed, as it stands, is the Pittsburgh Steelers due to tiebreakers. So they're 8-0 in the AFC.
They have not yet clinched a playoff spot.
Correct. The only team that has clinched in the AFC is the Kansas City Chiefs, also at 11-1. But again, the reason why the Steelers have the tiebreaker, they're 8-0 in conference. The Chiefs, they're 9-1, with their only loss being against the Las Vegas Raiders.
Steelers are, by the way, what I call a de facto playoff clincher. Like, even if they lose out, the combinations that would result in them not making the postseason is fairly ridiculous. A win gets them in, or a Raiders loss, or a Dolphins loss, or a Titans loss.
Are we both in agreement that the Chiefs are going to end up with the number 1 seed?
I'm going to go Chiefs, yeah.
I actually think the Steelers lose this week to the Buffalo Bills. If I'm wrong, hey, Steelers fans, come find me.
Steelers might even lose 2 down the stretch. Yeah. Tiebreakers will favor Pittsburgh if they finish with the same record, depending on who they lose in the second game to, hypothetically. But I think the Chiefs get it.
Hey, y'all, if you like live interactive shows on YouTube, we got you covered here covering the latest NFL news and rumors. We do mailbags. We're doing a mock draft today, and we literally do just like a ridiculous amount of videos, every single 3 hours. You know what? Even shout out to our NBA team. They're pumping out a whole bunch of coverage here. So please go ahead, hit the big red button, and subscribe. That way, there's no excuse for you missing anything. This one's coming in from Grandma's Cookies. Okay. Fill in the blank, please. JuJu to the blank. So JuJu Smith Schuster, one of the top free agent wide receivers. Maybe like 4th, 5th best. I mean, would you have Will Fuller over JuJu?
No, I think I go JuJu, although whatever Will Fuller was taking, he should be allowed to take forever because he stayed healthy.
Very, very true. He's finally healthy again. I love JuJu. I think the biggest issue with him is he's a talented receiver, but he's really only been, I would say, a number 1 guy with Antonio Brown, which was back in 2018 with 111 catches. The other issue is there's a lot of other very talented wide receivers.
How about Washington? JuJu Smith, because they threw money at Amari Cooper, and Cooper said, no, I'm going to take less to go back to Dallas. I think he'd fit pretty well there, especially if they're going to roll back Alex Smith again next season and use that short check-down passing offense.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate that. I could see the 49ers, but again, they have a lot of other young receivers that couldn't really stay healthy.
Jets, if they want to throw money at them.
I could see the Colts, no more T.Y. Hilton, maybe something like
that.
So who's the best free agent receiver? Tom and I broke down our top 2021 NFL free agents, and if you haven't seen that video yet, please go check it out. It's on the channel. These were our top 4. JuJu Smith Schuster, type JS. If you think Allen Robinson is type AR, if you're going to go out with Kenny Golladay, type KG, maybe it's Chris Godwin, type CG. If you want to know what Tom and I have to say, you got to go check out the video. But I'm looking at the live chat right now. A lot of votes flowing in, Tom, for Allen Robinson. Super chat time from Saul. As a reminder, you super chat, we'll put you on the show. All right, players projected to go top 10 at the start of the season. Didn't even go in the first round of the draft. Do you think the team should be cautious with opt-outs?
That's a great point, and there are always players who end up sliding down. Like I was super high on Bryce Hall and Walker Little opening of last year, and then both those guys got hurt. So injuries, of course, playing a big role there. And then Grant Delpit had a major regression year.
Yep.
So Saul, yes, I think teams have to be concerned and have to be cautious. And I think that's the issue with the top of this draft in particular. These top defensive prospects, at least the way they're being viewed right now, and of course things will change. You're looking at a Gregory Rousseau. You're looking at a Caleb Farley. And Micah Parsons, the linebacker from Penn State, corner Virginia Tech, and edge from Miami in reverse order there. Those guys didn't play this year.
Yeah.
So I think the number one thing for these teams is going to be really digging into that film, identifying potential weaknesses. And then I think for those guys who opted out specifically, the pre-draft process matters more. If they show up out of shape, out. You can't trust them, especially not early. So those opt-outs are going to be very tricky for teams. If they test well at the combine, if they interview well at the combine, that will kind of alleviate those concerns. But there absolutely should be some trouble there, or potential trouble there.
Joseph, Super Chat, appreciate you, Drew. The Dolphins sign a big-name defensive end and wide receiver. Personally, this is a team where I would try to go out and maybe get one of those top wide receivers because the reason why I would sign one of those top dudes, you have Tua. And for me, I want to make sure that I put as much talent around Tua as I possibly can. I love Devontae Parker. I don't know if he's actually a true number one, but he is a 1B to me, no doubt about it. Then you have Mike Gesicki, one of the best pass-catching tight ends in the league. You do still need a running back. But then when in terms of edge rushers as well, the defense has played solid.
The corners have been.
You also need a linebacker.
Xavier Howard's balled out. It's not a coincidence he gets all these interceptions.
It's 16 in his last 29 games.
It's not a coincidence the second Byron Jones comes over. He's got 8 this year.
Yeah.
Not an accident there, guys. They're able to play man-to-man. Emmanuel Ogba's had a nice year, so you maybe look to even extend him potentially. I think receiver makes a lot of sense for them. How about Chris Godwin? Put him in the slot.
Chris Godwin would be
Devontae Parker outside, maybe Preston Williams on the outside too. Godwin in the slot.
Don't hate it.
I think it works.
Don't hate it at all. All right, Tom. Have you been naughty or nice? So go down in the comments section, type naughty, or I want you to type nice. So seriously, have you been naughty or have you been nice? And if you don't answer this, I will ask your wife. Naughty or nice?
I choose to invoke my Fifth Amendment right.
Oh, my Lord. Niven just says, I don't know. Well, how about this, y'all? Maybe you've been naughty. Okay, I got King Higgins. He's saying naughty. Shanav's typing nice. Dona's typing nice. Juan Hernandez is typing nice. Well, whether you've been naughty or nice, we're going to be able to hook you up. And maybe if you are naughty, this might be a better gift. Seriously, though, manscaped.com/chat. 20% off and free shipping on the best male grooming products out there. I absolutely love the Lawnmower 3.0, and, well, fits great in your hand, and when she's trying to be naughty, it feels better in hers. Seriously, no tug whatsoever. Also, you can use it in the shower.
No tug when using it. There is some tug afterwards.
Yes, I will admit. Side effects do involve some tugging. That's 100% accurate. But the perfect package. It comes with the Lawnmower 3.0. Comes with the boxers, the traveling case, and also the ball toner. Their slogan is your balls will thank you because a little voice comes out. It's like, thank you, thank you. As soon as you end up using the ball deodorant and ball toner.
That's the noise you make afterwards?
No, it's the noise my balls make.
Okay. I don't think that's normal, Mitch.
Get it checked. Seriously.
Most dudes just grunt.
Manscaped.com/chat. All right, y'all, we got to move on. Latoya, what up? Should the Raiders focus on only defense during the draft? I mean, obviously, you're going to see what happens, I think, with some players like Trent Brown, some of your other offensive linemen like Gabe Jackson, Denzel Good.
Incognito, too.
Incognito.
You're probably looking offensive line.
I mean, if you cut Incognito, Trent Brown, Gabe Jackson, that saves about $30 million right there. However, you are ranked in the bottom 5 of defense. You haven't had a top 10 defense basically since 2002. and your offense is able to get it done. There are still some question marks there, but defense for me is definitely going to be a major focal point. Robert Castle, get a pick. Will the Browns trade OBJ?
OBJ trade questions are back, baby.
I mean, I'll say
never
this.
left.
They've been better without OBJ.
They have been. I do wonder how much of that is just, we figured out.
Coincidence, sure.
We've gotten better on offense, and like we are adjusting to Stefanski's scheme overall.
Yep.
Maybe they consider it. I think the issue is they'd be selling low.
I'll say, what do you think you get? Would you trade him for a second? I don't know if I would. I really don't know if I would.
Because then you got to go draft another receiver.
I know you do.
So at that point, it might just be better served keeping OBJ.
I'm with you. This one's coming in from Alex Salazar. If the Cowboys don't sign Dak, okay, who will be the team's quarterback? All right, so let's say Dak's not the quarterback of the Cowboys.
Whoever you draft in the first round.
So they're going to draft a quarterback then.
If you don't sign Dak,
okay,
and you're picking top 7, top 8, whatever, you have to draft a quarterback.
Do you think there's a chance where you could see the Cowboys maybe trading up for a guy like a Justin Fields?
If you're not picking 2, I don't think you're getting Fields.
Okay.
Because whoever's picking 2 is probably going to take him.
I agree.
Or the Bengals are picking 2 in this scenario, and they're just going to take Penei Sewell and not trade it because they don't make trades anyway. So at that point, you're down to Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, etc., which is also why you should just pay Dak Prescott to begin with, guys. But
sure.
I think if you're not paying Dak, you're going to be in quarterback draft range. You should take one, but also just pay Dak.
All right, so what's coming in from Kyle. Much love, dude. Who do the Steelers re-sign? Connor, JuJu, Villanueva, Hilton, Cam, Sutton, etc. are the ones that come off the top of my head that are free agents.
Yeah, that's a really good question,
also
Kyle.
Throw out Bud Dupree, who's dealing with a torn ACL.
Yeah, he's maybe he ends up coming back on the cheap because he's not going to be a full go. I don't think JuJu's back. I think they've kind of made that clear with the way they've drafted and everything. I think they'll move on from him. I think they would like to bring back Villanueva. He's 33 now. They'll probably try and retain him if they can. But Matt Fielder's a free agent. Cam Sutton, I think they lose him to a team that's going to pay more. I think Mike Hilton's been a nice nickel, but maybe you try and pick one of Hilton or Sutton to retain.
Would you bring back James? Because James Conner, growing up in Pennsylvania, he is like a celebrity. Went to college at Pittsburgh, plays for the Steelers, obviously the cancer struggle. Yeah. But with all the injuries that James Conner has had, I'm not touching James Conner with a 10-foot pole. I'm sorry, I'm not. And I love him as a player, but there's no way I'm going to pay him $7 million plus.
A lot of this comes down to the cost, right? Like if James Conner takes a $6 million deal,
sure,
3 years, okay, yeah, I'm on board. Like, sure, at that point I'll do it. Like $6 million per year, by the way.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
So 318. If he does something like that, or just 3.7, the Melvin Gordon deal, okay, I think I'd be down with that. But I don't know if you're going to spend big money on that position. You also have Avery Williamson as a free agent. Maybe he's a rental, maybe he's not. The Steelers are going to have some difficult decisions to make. A lot of this will depend on what the salary cap looks like. Is it as low as the 175? I don't think it's going to be. I think it'll be more of a flat cap, but we don't know that for sure yet.
Hey, y'all, go ahead and follow my dude at @WhatGoingDowney on Twitter. If you have any questions about the NFL, maybe some trade rumors, but I'll promise you one thing. Draft. Hey, you tell them that. I was gonna plug it, but you plug it. Go.
I like the draft, baby. You got questions? Hit me up. It's that simple.
All right. If you guys want to hit me up on IG, I'm at Mitchell Renz 365. Obviously, we get a lot of questions on these live shows. We got 500 people watching now. We can't get to every single person, so if we miss your question, we apologize. Blame producer Sam. Hit us up. He's at @WhatGoingDowney. I'm at Mitchell Renz 365. This next one's coming in from Kevin Harvick Fan 04. When will Washington hire a GM?
Good question. That's kind of gotten
maybe when they decide what their team name is
on the wayside. I think maybe you just end up promoting Kyle Smith.
Dude, I have no idea what they're doing.
I don't know. Like they're in a really weird spot right now. Maybe they just let Ron Rivera continue to keep some just control there. There was another name. I think Morocco Brown's got connections. I saw that a little bit ago from the Colts to Washington. I don't have a great answer for when they hire a GM. Maybe at the end of the year. They also got some legal issues going on.
Yep.
I think they're just like, fine, Ron, you can run point here, but someone's got to make decisions contract time. So I think by the start of the new league year, they'll have somebody. Maybe it's Ron Rivera. Maybe it's Kyle Smith. Maybe it's somebody else. I don't know yet.
Rohit, my man, trade a first for Stafford, or should they try to trade for Wentz and turn his career around, or should they get a vet quarterback and have him develop Mullins? You don't develop Nick Mullins because he's definitely not the answer.
Yeah.
All right, so out of Carson Wentz, Matthew Stafford, out of those two quarterbacks, who would you rather trade for?
I'm going to go with Stafford. I'm going to go Stafford. I know that's an expensive first-round pick. You can cut Jimmy G pretty easily. It's not that difficult to get out of that contract there.
Yep.
I don't want to bet my future on fixing Carson Wentz.
Yep.
I don't want to bet, even though it would be easier from a draft capital perspective.
Sure.
I don't want to invest in a quarterback that is broken right now. As for Mullins, I mean, if you're developing him, you also have to pay him, and at that point, you're cooked. So no.